Hey everyone, it's Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and today we need to talk about a very unfortunate topic, which is comic book shops that are shutting down. If you've been paying attention to recent events, we've had several online and brick and mortar comic book shops, some of which are very high profile, either reporting that they're in trouble or shutting down. I think most of us will agree that there's a sense of financial downturn going on right now, and that's become really evident when it comes to the comic book community and the things we've seen happening in the industry. One of those shops in trouble is Fat Jack's Comic Crypt in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, this shop is a little unique in one aspect. They are 46 years old, and they are right now fighting to stay open for their 50th anniversary. Even just from a historical standpoint, I think that's significant, let alone as a lover of comic books. And this is a shop that clearly has touched a lot of people. I've had people contact me about this shop. The sheer amount of love and outpouring I've seen for this shop has really impressed me. So to talk about it a little bit today, they have a $20,000 goal on their GoFundMe. The fantastic news is they're actually extremely close to that goal. They're at like over 19,000 right now if you go look at their page, which I have a link down below to go check out. And I really encourage everybody to go check that out. Now, the person that turned me on to this in the first place is Nick Barucci of Dynamite and Dynamic Forces, a real booster and friend to the comic book collecting community, somebody you see very active on a lot of YouTube channels and a lot of other places besides that. And as we've been discussing this and talking about it and just kind of talking about how important this kind of stuff is, another shop, which is very active and important in the comic book community, actually announced they're in trouble as well. So literally, as I was sitting down to record, this video and talk about this stuff today, I found out that Aegis Comics of Alaska is also reporting that they're in trouble. Of course, Aegis is a much newer shop. They opened in 2019. However, I think that it would be criminal not to mention them in the same video and also post the GoFundMe for them down below as well. Both of these comic book shops are people that are important. They've touched a lot of people in the community, like I mentioned earlier. And let's be honest, if you were somebody who was going into this comic book shop and picking up comics, picking up your weekly pulls, these shops mean a lot to you. If you're somebody who does that in general, you probably have a shop that you have maybe kind of a love-hate relationship with or whatever, but most of us love our LCSs. For those of us that are fortunate enough to have them, of course, some of us don't. But all the times that I've had an LCS, there's that excitement, that joy. You're walking in to pick up your new comic books or to browse some back issue bins or whatever it might be. I just want you to think about that for a second. And for all the people that live near these shops or that are customers of these shops in other ways, try to think about those customers and see if you're willing to give a little bit to help these shops out. I think it would mean a great deal to them, and I think it's something that's worth fighting for. We need success at every strata of the comic book industry for this hobby to continue. We need new readers. We need old fans to keep staying in the hobby. We need publishers to do their part. We need successful film properties and merchandising and all these different things. They all help the comic book industry. And to get those new readers and to help, all those old readers that want to purchase comic books, buy comic books, we generally need comic book shops for the most part. They're a huge part of this industry. They've been a staple for decades, just like Fat Jack's Comic Crypt has been. So if you want to go support a shop that is hoping to make it to its 50th anniversary and there's a few short years away, go to consider checking out that GoFundMe and do the same thing for Aegis Comics of Alaska. They're great people, great owners up there. I've talked to them a few times, and I'm a big fan of what they do as well. So definitely go consider going and supporting those shops, please. I look forward to catching you in a future video. Until then, I want to remind you, as always, hey, 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 hey. Read comics every day.